Hi there and welcome back to Fallout 3. I'm Baron and we're about to enter the Citadel.
Madison, I'm surprised to see you here. What can I do for you?
Don't talk down to me, Lions. I had nowhere else to turn. You must help us. Project Purity has been overrun.
Yes, I'd heard reports of an incident there. What details can you give us?
The Enclave. They've attacked Project Purity. James is dead. There may be more, I don't know. You have to do something.
Then it's as we feared. Madison, I'm sorry this happened. I wish we could have done something.
Then do something now. They've taken over the Purifier. Lions, they cannot be permitted to have control over it. It's not right.
No. Calm down. You know as well as I do that the Purifier doesn't work. It's useless to them. Perhaps it's time to walk away.
That's not true. James, he found what's been missing. We know how to get it running.
Is that so? Does the Enclave know this?
No, I don't think... I don't know. I just don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, Madison. It'll be okay. Now, this is James's son, I presume? I can see the resemblance.
Yes.
How could
He
you? I'm
knows what
wearing
we
armor.
need. Vault-Tec computer, something to locate equipment. Please help him.
Very well. We'll sort this all out. Hail.
I need to rest, lie down or something. This is just too much. Rothschild should help you, but don't forget that he's Brotherhood. I've never trusted them. Be careful what you tell them.
Okay.
I need to speak with you, Father.
Hey, there's his daughter again.
I've been talking with the other members of the Pride. We want to assault the Purifier, Father, now! The Enclave must pay for what they've done.
You may be a sentinel, but you're also my daughter. I won't throw your life away fighting an enemy we know too little about. I'm sorry, but no.
Yes, Father. Yes, Elder. I understand. You honor us with your presence here.
Yeah, you're right.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man.
I found a Brotherhood holodeck. What should I do with it?
Talk to Scribe Jameson. She is our keeper of the scrolls. She will want to know what you have found.
Where can I find Scribe Jameson?
She spends most of her time in the archives. You'll find them in A-Ring, near the Great Hall.
Can you tell me about the outcasts?
The outcasts are a result of my greatest mistake, but a mistake I'm proud of nonetheless. When I came here, I realized for the first time that the Brotherhood's technology could truly save the survivors in this wasteland. I chose to help them, even if it meant putting the Brotherhood's interests at risk. Some of my soldiers called me a hero. Others called me a traitor. The dissenters left my command, calling themselves outcasts to mock me. I cannot fault their dedication, even if I find them lacking in compassion.
I thought the protection of humanity was a part of the Brotherhood's oaths.
Only in a very broad sense. The Brotherhood's oaths are to protect humanity's progress, but not necessarily every human. The outcasts and members of the Brotherhood in other places consider it a waste to protect most people. After all, they say, everyone knows how to make another human, but the secrets to making a P-94 plasma rifle are all but lost.
But the secrets are useless if there's no human left to wield the rifle. How do your remaining soldiers feel about the outcasts?
Even now, a year after they left, the wounds of their departure are still sore. Some of my soldiers are angry about it. They see it as an insult to me. Bless them for their loyalty. They're more angry about it than I ever was. Others understand their decision. Sometimes I hear them wondering if they should have gone with them. I can't blame them, but I stand by my decision, and I respect theirs.
Has your decision been worth it?
Has it been worth the cost in lives and resources to protect people like you from the super mutants?
I can protect myself.
You tell me. I suspect my daughter's squad helped save your life.
It was the other way around.
And most of our recent recruits have come from those we've saved over the years. It's cost us, but we've saved many lives, and made the capital wasteland a place where people can live. Yes, I'd say that's been worth it.
That's enough about the outcasts.
Yes, let's speak of other things.
What do you know about the Enclave?
More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the capital wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California. Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now, as before they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning.
I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood of Steel.
The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know?
If you're just a part of the Brotherhood, where's the rest of it?
The Brotherhood began on the West Coast. It exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid.
Why are you headed here in the capital wasteland?
Ah, no. That's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology, and we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything.
How long have you been here?
It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super mutants are the least of our worries.
Don't worry, I'm here now. That's all I wanted to know.
So be it.
I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood of Steel.
What?
Oh no, that's actually all of it. Anything you can tell me about the super mutants?
Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really. Considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years. In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back, so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our Citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired.
Okay.
Hail.
Let's see what his daughter has to say. Hey.
You just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you? Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place.
So any thoughts on the Enclave?
I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if my father permits it.
Care to share anything about the super mutants?
You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not...
What can you tell me about the Lion's Pride?
It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so.
Okay, I have to go now.
Stay strong.
Don't worry. Who are you? Yeah. Okay. Can I help somebody? Who are you? Paladin Gunny.
Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt... Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates. I swear, these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses.
What do you do here?
I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into Brothers of Steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Anything I can do to help? Any thoughts on the Enclave?
Killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back. Fucking cowards.
Care to share anything about the super mutants?
Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be. Damn initiates.
Let's see. That's how you do it. See? Not that difficult. Maybe with an assault rifle. Oh, you already cleared that. What else do we have here? That's the gunny guy.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
To the A ring.
Hail.
Hail. Hail yourself. To the A ring again. I'm just exploring things now. By now you should know how I play games.
The Lone Wanderer is done collecting bottles of soda. Christ, talk about your slow news days. Until next time, This is Three Dog, Ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio.
Apparently that was me doing the Nuka-Cola quest. The laboratory, okay. Shit, we missed that. No, we will probably hear it again.
Need something, friend?
No, actually not.
Brotherhood is at your service.
So we could sleep here for 1 hour to get our health back. Thank you. And we go down again. Okay. So, where should we go? To the laboratory? To the A-ring? Local map? Let's go to the laboratory. Howdy. Anybody home? Who are you? Oh, I think there's a NPC that we can get as a party member here. That leads back to the A-ring. Star Paladin Cross, if I remember correctly. But I don't want to babysit anybody. Scribe Brotherhood.
Oh yes, hello, I've heard about you. We don't get many strangers here in the Citadel, especially those who walk about unescorted. I am Scribe Bowditch. If you require something, simply ask.
Tell me more about the outcasts.
It's a rather sad story, I'm afraid. Last year, some of our soldiers had grave disagreements with the decisions of Elder Lyons. Disagreements spiraled out of control, and there was a schism in the ranks. The loyal soldiers practically threw out the dissenters. Now they call themselves the Outcasts.
What sort of disagreement did they have?
Where Elder Lyons has fought to protect the people of the capital wasteland, the outcasts demanded we move on and leave them to their fates. They insisted there was more important technology to be recovered in a scientific base in the ruins of Fort Independence to the west. As callous as their decision may be, it's more in line with our original mission. Elder Lyons is an inspiration to us, but to them, he's a traitor.
Who were the exiles?
The soldiers rallied behind Paladin Kasdan, who was one of Elder Lyons' original squad. They served together for over 20 years. Kasdan was well respected and every bit as loyal to the Brotherhood as Elder Lyons. He just disagreed with the interpretations of our oaths. But when disagreements turned into fistfights, he left with the outcasts. We lost more allies that day than we ever have to any battle.
It sounds like it was quite a loss. Is there any way to reconcile them?
Lyons and Kasdan would have to agree to any sort of reconciliation, and that's pretty unlikely. They're both quite proud and stubborn. Me, I just wish there was a way we could all agree that at least we're still on the same side. There are bigger problems out there after all.
What are you doing about them?
As much as some of our soldiers would like to see them shot for deserting, there's not much we can do. We're too busy with the super mutants. Meanwhile, they're busy seeking out new technology and trying to get back in contact with the Brotherhood out west. So our paths rarely cross, but it's never pretty when they do. I just hope things cool down before it gets worse.
Enough about the outcasts.
It is a rather discouraging subject, isn't it?
What do you scribes do?
Why, a great many things.
For instance?
There are 3 orders within the scribes, you see, each dedicated to a different field of study.
Could you name the orders?
Of course. There's the Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, and Order of the Quill. The Order of the Sword develops and maintains the Brotherhood's weapons. The Order of the Shield does the same for our power armor and defenses. The Order of the Quill is responsible for recovering and preserving knowledge, ancient and otherwise.
Which order do you serve, Squire Bowditch?
I am Proctor of the Order of the Shield. I oversee the others in my order and make sure our defenses are up to snuff. Do you know how long it took to fortify these ruins? From the husk of the Pentagon, I carved a grand citadel. No easy task, my friend. Ah, but that was yesterday, when all we had to worry about was those damn super mutants. The Enclave, now, that's a different problem altogether.
That's all I needed.
Certainly.
Care to share anything about the super mutants?
They're relentless, like nothing I've ever seen before. I honestly think they see our brothers in power armor as some kind of canned meal. Some of the pieces we've had brought back, men and women ripped in half, some pulled through their armor. Just horrible.
So any thoughts on the Enclave?
They're sporting some pretty impressive power armor, I'll give them that. The Advanced Mark II. But that's all right. With a few modifications, our own armor will more than handle anything they throw at it.
What can you tell me more about the Brotherhood of Steel?
Oh, yes, I can. In fact, I suspect I could write several texts on the various details of the Brotherhood. But I suspect you're in a hurry, so what particulars would you like to know?
What are the central beliefs of the Brotherhood?
I'm afraid the answer to that is a lot more nuanced than others might suggest. Brotherhood members are sworn to acquire and protect technology of the past, but not everyone interprets these oaths in the same way. Elder Lyons sees these duties as part of a larger dedication to protect the innocent. Some, like the outcasts, disagree with these priorities.
What have been the highlights of your time with the Brotherhood?
I like to think that I've still got some big achievements left in me, although some of my joints seem to disagree these days.
You don't
I'll
look
tell
that
you
old.
what the lowlights of my time have been, though. Every time I've been shot at. I'm a scribe, not a soldier.
What's the biggest challenge the Brotherhood has ever faced?
It seems like whichever challenge we're facing is always the biggest one. Survival at first, then expansion, and now cohesion. We've seen plenty of wasteland freaks or would-be dictators. They're not too bad. At least we've faced that sort of thing before. But more recent events, like the schism with the outcasts, those are the problems that worry me.
That's enough for now.
Okay. Anything else?
What can you do? You could repair my stuff. Oh, repair skill of 90. That's that's really bad for, you know, the major scribe
to
here.
work.
Yeah, I can't repair. Create anything. What's that? A computer. Dummy terminal inactive. Great. Let's leave.
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh, there's the old guy. So we go down, I say. Do you have anything to add, my friend?
Yes?
So what's the deal with the robot? Which robot?
Ah, yes. Everyone asks about the robot. Hard not to, I admit. His name is Liberty Prime. Very patriotic. Built by a very proud nation during a very desperate time. We've had about as much success getting him working as they did. You should speak with Scribe Rothschild. He can tell you more.
Okay.
Of
Robot? Which robot? Oh, that robot.
Scribe Bowditch.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear your report.
That's quite a big fucker. Historical records. Project summary. Classified eyes only. Military contract 38917, codename Liberty Prime. Project goal no less than the creation of the most powerful combat robot the battlefield has ever seen, with the express goal of liberating occupied Anchorage, Alaska from its Chinese aggressors. Summary. The United States Army has succeeded in contracting both ROBCO and General Atomics International to work on their first joint project. The robot they create, Liberty Prime, will be the very embodiment of American military might, a walking, talking, nuke-tossing hero who will remind the world what it means to be a superpower. I am fully confident that the presence of Liberty Prime at the Anchorage front line will be to the Chinese what the Hiroshima bomb was to the Japanese in 1945. General Constantine Chase. Okay, a capital post-soft writer and Walter Street Beat Monroe actually wrote that article. In a startling turnaround from their previous policy of complete covert development, the United States Army has confirmed that they are indeed working on a new superweapon, one designed specifically to crush the Red Chinese invasion force and liberate occupied Anchorage, Alaska once and for all. Speaking at an Army press conference at the Pentagon, General Constantine Chase stated, "No more secrets." I think I already read that. And when I visited the newspaper offices, the time has come to lay all our cards on the table, so the Chinese can see with their own eyes that we've got the winning hand. The United States Army is proud to announce that for the first time, blah blah blah. Yeah, we already had that. They just said that they plan on doing something. They didn't say what they want to do. A letter from Dr. Blumfeld to General Chase. General Chase, I'm sorry, but you're being completely unrealistic. There's simply no way the robot will be combat ready in 3 months. The chassis is complete, all weapon systems are online, and the voice module has been programmed as requested. But power consumption is still our primary concern, and neither Dr. Honeywell nor Park have yet found an acceptable solution. We had hoped to subcontract Voltec and utilize the talent of Dr. Brown, but apparently he has gone into seclusion, working on one of their own projects, and they couldn't reach him at this point if they wanted to, so that's out. I'll give it to you straight, General. This is the biggest robot the world has ever seen, and we just haven't been able to find a power source small enough and powerful enough to get the damn thing running with all its systems online. In 3 months we might be able to guarantee the robot can walk into downtown Anchorage, but all of his weapon systems will be offline. Maybe he can just step on the Red Chinese. Dr. Stanley Bloomfield, project lead. Diagnostic reports. That doesn't look too well. The voice module is active. Scribe Rothschild is confident that by redistributing power from the weapons and the mobility subsystems, we'll be able to bring power management up to at least 67%, enough to successfully carry out a full activation sequence. Scribe Rothschild has completed a new full diagnostic of the robot. Here are those results. Voice module 100%. It has been determined that the recent feedback spike, which resulted in overall system degradation, was in fact caused by the installation of the new power capacitor as Scribe Rothschild suspected. Until further notice, scribes are ordered to cease any and all experiments that involve the rerouting of power from any of the robot subsystems. Oh wait, what's the current? Okay, now it's back on 87% internal processors, 60% weapons. It is the assessment of Scribe Rothschild that once the power management issues are solved, mobility and navigation translation will jump to at least 50%, well within acceptable operating capacity. Okay. Lead Scribe's journal. There's a lot to read here. Another day, another setback. We had tried, of course, rerouting power from weapons to the robot's other subsystems several times. Each attempt ended in failure thanks to the robot's overly aggressive combat subroutines. It's almost as if there's some hidden pocket of AI that keeps pushing against us, refusing to let anyone drain power from the weapons systems. I guess that shouldn't surprise me considering why he was constructed in the first place. That's why I began to work on the neural dampener in the first place. I was convinced I could trick the robot into thinking I had already actually redistributed the power from some other subsystem. But the damn thing proved smarter than that, certainly smarter than me. All I managed to do was fry some of his security again and set us back another 3 months. I'm tired of trying to reroute power like some kind of snot-nosed initiate. I don't care what kind of drain it puts on the scribe's ability to research and maintain the weapons and armor. I'm proceeding with the AVF experiments. If I can successfully create an accelerated vector fusion module similar to the technology I saw Dr. Lee working with all those years ago, we'll have our first real chance at getting the robot fully operational. Maybe then the Western Elders will realize our worth. Unfortunately, the accelerated vector fusion AVF experiments haven't gone as planned. Bowditch suffered second-degree burns and at one point was accidentally channeled so much power we accidentally channeled so much power to the robot's head laser it discharged and nearly killed Elder Lions. He was not pleased. Oh, dang it. Okay.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska.
Okay.
Primary targets:
So, who do we have here? Scribe Rothschild.
May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries.
Thanks for your sympathy.
Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault-Tec equipment?
My father was looking for something called a GEC. Do you have one?
A GEC? Goodness no, certainly not. I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works.
It worked in Vault City.
If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one.
So, you know how to find one?
Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault-Tec. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
Thanks for the help.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
Wait, that's all?
I'm afraid I have other duties to attend.
I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood of Steel.
I'm afraid you're asking the wrong person.
Why are you the wrong person to ask?
Predominantly because the Elder won't like some of what I have to say. But fine, I'll discuss it. What do you want to know?
Why are you here in the Capital Wasteland?
Well, that depends on who you ask. Lyons will tell you it's because we're protecting the poor, innocent people of the Capital Wasteland. Most others here will tell you the same thing. They'll do anything for that man.
Well, I'm asking you, why are you here?
I'm here for two reasons. One, Lyons needs me. He always has, just as much as I need him. We've been through a lot together, he and I. Two, take a look around you. Access to this kind of technology and the benefits it could provide to the Brotherhood is immeasurable.
I'd like to know more about Brotherhood of Steel.
What do you...
How long have you been here?
We arrived here in 55, established ourselves in the Citadel within the first few months. The Elder has kept us busy since then.
You seem to have a pretty small organization.
The Brotherhood of Steel is bigger than what you see here. We're only a small division, you could say. But that's a bit of a sore subject around here.
Then where's the rest of the Brotherhood?
The West Coast, unless something has changed. There's been no contact with them for the last several years. There's also a small detachment in Chicago, but they're off the radar. Gone rogue. Long story.
It must be difficult to communicate with the West Coast.
Indeed it is. Especially when they refuse any attempts at communication.
Why would they do that? That's weird. Why is that a sore subject?
Much has happened in the 23 years since we left the West Coast. Our mission has changed in that time. The changes have not all been pleasant, and have had significant repercussions.
What do you mean by repercussions?
Some did not approve of the Elders' decisions. Initially they followed because we are all taught to follow the Elders.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's about the outcasts, I know. Care to share anything about the super mutants?
Not really. No.
Why not? Are you in charge of the robot?
I am, and have been since we first found him, well over 20 years ago. Liberty Prime is the designation we found on file for him. Magnificent, don't you think? At least he will be once all systems are operational. It's the energy consumption. Something that big with such advanced weapon systems. We just don't have the means to power it. Not yet.
Who built Liberty Prime, or better yet, why?
He was developed as a super weapon back in the days before the war. The first joint operation between RobCo and General Atomics International. Apparently, he was meant to help liberate Alaska from the Chinese, but was never completed. They were forced to go in without him. They won, but suffered heavy losses. If we can get him up and running, well, I think you get the idea.
Yes. Do you think you could repair my equipment?
Could I? Yes. Will I? No. Go see Peabody or Bowditch.
Bowditch sucked. I already visited him. Okay.
And so you go.
He can't help us now. Who are you? Just a Brotherhood of Steel scribe, so I guess we will take a break. Oh wait, there is Star Paladin Cross. If I'm not totally wrong.
Hail to you. By the traction of hospitality and on the word of Elder Lyons, I welcome you to the Citadel.
She's rather old.
I am Star Paladin Cross, Keeper of the Arm, and Seneschal to Elder Lyons. And I am honored to say I was acquainted with your father. Now what may I do to help you?
It's weird how she has such a young voice, but she apparently, man, take a look at her neck. She's really, and this is her lips, her chin. This is where you can gauge the age of a person. She is rather old. You knew my father?
I did, and you as well. Long ago, I helped guard the water purifier against the super mutant horde. When your father left, I escorted the two of you to Megaton. He was a noble man. I was saddened to hear of his passing. But from what I've heard, he died with honor. He died for you. I only pray that my own death has such meaning.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come too soon. But still, they put a lot of, effort into creating the throat and, all the details. I mean, the game is a few years old. Do your eyes follow my cursor? No, you don't. I loved him so much, I'll never forget him.
And so our deeds are carried on through our sons and our daughters. Continue to remember him fondly. Continue to tell his story. and continue to do his work. Through you, he shall carry on. But now I must ask you a difficult question, if I have your leave to do so.
By all means, ask.
I escorted your father across the wastes. It was the best I could contribute to his efforts to restore fresh water to the people. I would like the honor of escorting you in your journey to complete his work.
What about the Enclave?
As a Star Paladin, I answer only to Elder Lyons. He has given me leave to pursue the restoration of Project Purity, as I see fit. By aiding you in your travels, I shall fulfill that mission as best I am capable.
Perhaps later.
Certainly. I shall remain here. Should you change your mind, simply return to me. I shall come with you for the asking. Stay strong, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, she's not half bad, and she has a super sledge. You could give her a decent weapon, but you have to, you know, you could give her a gun or something, but you have to keep her, you know, supplied and ammo. But then again, I mean, she can hold her own ground, but in the presidential metro, the Ghoul Reavers always killed her, and come on. I'd rather be alone. It's easier. So, we will take a break here, and we will continue in the next video, so thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye!